Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. When Roman pulled out of the game, John and Abe resumed their poker game at the Brady pub. It's too bad that we cleaned Roman out so fast, Abe said without inhibition. Something tells me he was more interested in getting upstairs to Kate than he was staying downstairs, and, bro ing it up with the boys, John said with knowledge. John and Abe concurred that it was good to see Roman and Kate reunited. At the end of a round, John acknowledged, "I thought you were bluffing," after observing Abe's hand, which was 2 pair, jacks over deuces. "I knew you were bluffing," Abe emphasized, grinning arrogantly. "Not this time, buddy." With a victorious chuckle, John beat Abe's hand with 3 of a kind. 666 the devil's hand. John reached for the stack of chips in the middle of the table while Abe watched. John pleaded, "Don't go there, Abraham," as he stopped laughing. "The demon's gone, and if he knows what's good for him, he'll stay gone." John went on to warn that an apology tour was underway, with Abe as one of the stops, before shifting the topic. None of this was Marlena's fault, so no apologies are necessary, especially since, well, the devil, I think, might have done me a favor, Abe replied. "My friend, you have not mastered the poker face," John said. "Maybe I was wrong about that poker face." Later, while Abe was winning, John confessed. "You know what they say, lucky in cards, unlucky in love." Abe suppressed a giggle as he explained to John. Abe remained to play solitaire as John bowed out of the game and hurried away. "You don't appear to have a winning hand, Abe, so it looks like you're stuck. It's time to fold them." Abe stared at the Queen of Hearts and finally came to a conclusion. Susan fought off another episode of sickness at the hospital before complaining to Tripp and Marlena about how the premonition-related queasy feeling had come at the wrong time. "I'm not going to be able to go to that big party that my son is throwing." Susan was anxious. When Tripp said, "I'm sorry to be missing it myself, I bet you it's gonna be one heck of a bash," Susan said. Eventually, with a vial of Susan's blood in hand, Tripp hurried off to the lab, vowing to be back as quickly as possible. "Why can't I shake this bad feeling that the devil is not done with us?" Susan complained. "You were right about the devil before, but he's gone now, and he will never try to get inside me again, I promise you. The devil's days in Salem are over," Marlena insisted. Chanel and the other guests at the DiMera home were having a hard time comprehending what Johnny had just revealed. "Is this some sort of joke?" Chanel sputtered. As Johnny said, "No, Chanel, I'm dead serious," the demonic presence persisted. "You little swine, what the hell are you trying to pull?" As the demonic entity eyed Stefano's image and sipped champagne, Paulina snapped. As Johnny and Paulina pushed forward in reaction, Tony and Anna swiftly stepped in. "Just owning my truth," the demonic entity explained. "Oh, you conceited prick. Why don't you take your damn truth and put it somewhere it won't be seen?" Paulina spat. Paulina and Lonnie were momentarily distracted by Chanel's near collapse due to hyperventilation, but the demonic entity did not stop drinking champagne. "What's going on, Johnny? Why are you acting in this way?" After noticing that Chanel was in capable care, Ali pondered. "It turns out that you were correct after all, sis. You know, I'm just not very good at relationships." "Obviously," the demonic spirit replied as Johnny, "I thought this one might be different, but I was wrong." "So, you're saying..." Between sobbing, Chanel attempted to translate. The demonic entity emphasized, "I'm saying that it's over, Chanel, I want a divorce," according to Johnny. "As I said, during my toast, my son is his own man, and he makes his own decisions." Another champagne drinker, EJ, gushed before nodding Johnny in agreement. As Johnny, the demonic entity reasoned, "I'm genuinely sorry to be upsetting you like this, Chanel, but I realize now that I need my freedom, so you dissolve the union in this manner, in front of everyone? I want to just wring your neck, you callous bastard." Paulina retorted. "Please, Mama, just stop." Chanel, no longer crying, said, "Look, as much as I appreciate you having my back, your daughter can fight her own battles," and then walked scowlingly up to Johnny. You told me and demonstrated your love for me upstairs, right before this party. I could see by looking into your eyes that all you wanted was to be with me. Thus, perhaps this is simply travel lag, cold feet, or Chanel started. It's neither, Chanel, it goes deeper and is far more profound than that. Look, you are a remarkable woman, and I was awed by your beauty and intelligence as soon as I met you. But we're both young, and we have a lot more to discover and experience, the demonic entity explained as Johnny answered. Speak for yourself! Chanel protested, then surmised that Johnny only wanted to see and interact with other ladies. When Johnny said, not at all, although I don't rule that out. The demonic presence answered. Oh, you son of a bitch. Lonnie sulked in silence as Paulina complained. The demonic entity emphasized to Johnny, I know you've been hurt by this unexpected turn of events, but, honestly, it hurts me, as well, to break your heart this way, before attempting to console Chanel. Not only have you broken my heart, but you've made a fool of me. Chanel recoiled and fretted. You trusted in my affection because you're a good, trustworthy person, so please don't give in to feelings of foolishness. The demonic entity said, and that's why, in time, I hope we can still remain friends, maybe even friends with benefits. Johnny smirked at EJ. Oh, Chanel, if you don't slap this bastard, I will do it for you. Lonnie also offered to look after Johnny on Chanel's behalf, and Paulina made the offer. You can slap me, if it'll make you feel better, Chanel was urged by the demonic figure taking on the role of Johnny. I won't slap you, but I just want to know what the devil you are doing with my Giovanni and who the heck are you? Because, Chanel retorted, this is not the Johnny DiMera I know and love. When Johnny said, you don't really know me, though, but my sister does, and she warned you, the demonic entity noted. She did, but I was convinced that she was wrong about you, because the guy that I knew was wonderful and kind-hearted, and he made me laugh, and he showed me more love than anyone else ever has. Chanel acknowledged. Was that all an act? Chanel pondered. No, I mean, definitely not. I suppose I was merely attempting to persuade myself that I could love someone and dedicate myself to them. The demonic entity replied as Johnny, receiving another nod of approval from EJ, but as soon as this marriage became a reality, which it did tonight at this party, with everyone addressing us as husband and wife, I realized I'm just not there yet. Well, if this is who you are, if you can turn on a dime like this and toss me out of your life at what was supposed to be a celebration of our marriage, then I am grateful as hell that I found this all out now, because you are the last man on earth that I would want to be with, and you can go straight to hell, Johnny DiMera. Chanel spit before leaving the mansion in a rage, and Ali trailed behind after reprimanding Johnny briefly. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.